Hi, I'm Xena, Warrior Princess, Xena Papis, Xena Vinfipolis. So I decided this is a YouTube live stream I'm going to do. Now, the second one I made was me being mad, angry, and wrath, and throwing things around and stuff like that. And I really didn't like where that one was actually going. I felt that the followers on there weren't really into it, and I really wasn't putting that much effort into it. I mean, I was putting effort into it. I mean, when you're throwing things around, you got to be putting some effort into it, right? But I really was unlooked the last time I was on YouTube live stream. That was not made up. That really did happen. I had to block at least 7 followers. So that part wasn't made up. The first thing I'm going to say is that I want to say thank you to everybody who came on all my YouTube live streams. Thank you for everybody who, commented on them. As you know, I got back at my daughter, Gabrielle. I played the Bigfoot stunt on her, Sasquatch stunt. And I really didn't want a live stream that went for an hour. But that was how long that live stream went for an hour. I started it about 5. It ended around 6. I can't believe I actually only did it for about an hour. But it is what it is. So, anyway, so far nobody's on my YouTube live stream. I guess that's to be expected. So, here are some of the things. A lot of men and women out there ask me, what are you going to do now, Xena? Where do you go from here? What do you do on YouTube? What thing do you do now? I mean, you reached your point where well, I didn't reach my point. I've only been on YouTube for 5 years, and I've only had about 500 movies or so up on YouTube, give or take them being either webcam captured or video file uploaded or Google Hangout did or whatever the case is, and now YouTube live streamed. So I haven't really reached my zenith yet. And everybody reaches their zenith. But that doesn't mean everybody stops. Oh, hi. I decided to do another YouTube live stream. I felt the other one wasn't really that good in my take. I was, but, I was throwing things around in it. Of course, I always throw things around. I always break things. And I was unlooked. I'm not making that up. One of the YouTube live streams I made before, I had blocked about 7 followers. And I don't understand, how does a YouTube live stream start out with 7, maybe, I don't know, followers, and then you go down to having 2 followers, and then they don't say anything. And then you start thinking, well, there it goes again. I only had 1 follower, and now he's gone. So it is what it is at that point. Who does that? Who comes on a YouTube live stream and then leaves like that? I don't know. I don't know the answer to it. Yeah, I know. I'm not the most gleesman. I'm not the most glees woman out there. We all know that. Or it must be some YouTube flaw, that makes you think people are leaving. But it is what it is. Men and women, I get it. All you men and women out there are busy and iffing. You got different time zones, so you come and go. But I just don't understand how you start out with 7 followers, would say, on our last YouTube. Oh, now I'm back to 1 again. See, you get 7 followers, then you get 2, and then everybody just stops talking. They stop speaking. And then you think, oh, there they go again. Now I got no one on it now. I don't know what's going on here. Well, because I wish I could thumb up my own YouTube live stream, but as you know, YouTube doesn't allow you to thumb up your own YouTube live streams. You can thumb up your Google Hangouts, but you can't thumb up your YouTube live streams. So, yeah, to answer some of what people asked, well, everybody else left. I mean, at one point there were 7 followers and they left, and it was just 2, and everybody just stopped talking. Was it that they were all still on there? They just didn't have nothing to say? I don't know. So the answer to answer what was asked, yes, Dwayne does like the toys that were bought by a certain user out there if he comes back on. There was a Bigfoot stunt movie. And my daughter Gabrielle is going to probably try to find some way to get me back. I had 2 followers. Now I got 1. So it is what it is. But then again, I'm not one of the most entertaining followers on YouTube anyway. I mean, look, I might have 200 and 200 subscribers, give or take. I don't know. But then if you look at my view count, it doesn't really register. So if I did anything to unlook anyone, then I'm sad for it. All right? But I didn't do anything wrong. What I feel like I did wrong, I don't know. But I know I'm boring. Even if I'm not, that's more of a win, a thought to take or something. Yeah, maybe it is. Maybe it is a YouTube mistake, YouTube flaw. But what do I know? But now it's going back to the bind I had before, where you have someone, they start talking, they just stop. They don't say anything. They don't speak or talk anymore. But they're still watching, but they're not saying anything. And I'm not making it up. I mean, it's not like, okay, I get it. If I was some name-known YouTube partner, some name-known YouTuber, I'd probably have a lot of followers on there. But since I'm not name-known, and since I don't go around, well, the first thing is you can't go around and start these reminders and these set times and these things. You could, but you can't. I mean, I don't do that. Everyone has their own little schedule. They live in different time zones. So there's no way you're going to meet everyone the same place. No, it ain't going to happen. It's what? Maybe 3 in the afternoon here, let's say in Pacific. And that would be 7 in Eastern. Well, there's no way give you an example, no way you're going to be able to meet everybody at the same time zone. So if it's time zoning, people are busy and I don't know. Or maybe I'm just not entertaining enough. I'm not. I'm not that glazing. We all know that. And someone thumbed it up. Someone thumbed a YouTube live stream up. If it was you, Mr. I don't know. I can't even say the username. P-E-P-O-P-E. I don't know how to say it. And there's no way, and I don't know. I don't know if I said it right or not. Because you're boring, XENA. And some say boring's a European italic Latin borrowed word. Maybe the European dramatic English word for it would be not pleasing. You're not really that funny. I don't know. Maybe it's weenie. Or maybe it's poo. I don't know. Maybe it's like Weenie Poo. That's just my guess. Well, at least you're on. I think I ran off all my... Yeah, I didn't run anyone off. I know that. I didn't do anything to make them leave. They wanted to leave. They had their own point for leaving, and it wasn't sense of me. You know what? You know what? Like what? Like Weenie Pooh? Yeah, I'm not gonna call him the, because why would you call him the for? Mr. Pooh, I guess. And the other followers are like, well, I can't watch that movie now. They're like it all started. I mean, like, okay, I brought Michael Cole on, and that's when it started. Oh, Bear's way to sign off now. Yeah, but they weren't on earlier when I was throwing Weird Guild and bounties around and throwing Smurf houses, and, you know, they see that. They may have seen the Smurf houses. They may have seen the tape, but they didn't see the other things. And a lot of them started coming on. Well, the first one came on during when I was sobbing. And look, there's nothing in here. Yeah, nothing in this box. Nothing in this bounty at all. And it just bloody breaks. Yeah, I know it's not entertaining enough. I know it's not Angry Grandpa's Lunatic Dad. I know that. I know it's nothing like that, of course. Yeah, and the second one has nothing in it either. You think you'd just be able to open it without it falling apart, but it is what it is. Maybe the other followers will come on, maybe they won't. See, nothing in that one either. Well, yeah. Yeah, I know. Well, now here comes the unbleeding part. What do you want, Gabrielle? You're doing a YouTube live stream again? Yeah, but I don't want you on it, Gabrielle. Why? Gabrielle, can I just do a YouTube live stream where it can involve you? No, you can't. So you're going to unlook me, right? Yeah, well, you know, Mother, that is what it is at that point. I guess you thought you were real funny when you pulled the Bigfoot stunt on me. The Bigfoot hoax. Oh! This is cheap tape. And this is Scotch tape. And it's supposed to be a little more better. This tape is cheap. Scott doesn't know how to make good tape anymore. What, they're using the same type of cheap tape glue that the other maker used? Sadly, it's probably what they're doing. I'm going to tell you something, Mom. You thought you were so funny by doing the Bigfoot stunt, the Bigfoot lark, the Bigfoot prank, hoax on me. I'm going to get you. How are you going to get me back, Gabrielle? Seriously. Oh, you just wait, Mom. You just wait. I'll find a way to get you back. And you got free followers on there now. Are they the same free followers from last time, or are they new ones? I don't know, Mom. Well, I don't know. I don't know either. At least I got free followers back on. If it is the same ones, now I'm back to 2 again. But I'm just gonna say that it's that YouTube flaw. But I'm here to tell you right now, Mom. You think you're so? I'm gonna get you back. You ain't gonna get me back, Gabrielle. No, you're not. Yes, I am. You're not gonna. Now we're going back to 1 follower again. So 2 people come on and they just leave. Point is, I'm gonna get you back. You hear me? I'm gonna get you back. You're not gonna see it coming, but I'm gonna get you back, Mom. What? Gabrielle, you have done everything you could possibly do to me. You've done every stunt, hoax, and lark there is. No way you're going to do any more. You just wait, Mom. I'll find a way to get you back. Yep. Someone think they're going to get me back, huh? I tell you right now, nobody's going to get. Gabrielle thinks she's going to get me back for the Bigfoot stunt, the Bigfoot lark, the Bigfoot a hoax. That ain't happening. I mean, how's she going to get me back? No way she's going to get me back. Not going to happen. Well, what Mom doesn't know won't hurt her. Oh, what are you talking about, Gabrielle? I'm just telling you, Mom. Yeah, true. Bigfoot is true. A true living being who happens to be a member of the primate group, a team, or kinfolk of mammals, but is very hard to actually seek. And I'm happy to say that that me and him were in on it, on the Bigfoot lark, the Bigfoot stunt, the Bigfoot hoax. No, you think, yeah, you thought you were so funny, Mom, when you did that. Well, it ain't so funny. Now I'm gonna get you back. How you gonna get me back, Gabrielle? Oh, I'll find a way to get you back. Oh, so you got Bigfoot off of eBay. Did you have to go for an auction to buy that, or is it all right that you had to buy it outright? Yeah, Mom, I'm going to get you back. How you going to get me back? Oh, well, 2 can play that same stunt. Yeah, you tell yourself that. You tell yourself that, Gabrielle, really. Oh, what? Oh, so it's you again, Xena says. So, what do you want? I bet you if we shaved we took all that hair off, you might look a little more nicer. But that's not the point. The point is, I know Gabrielle's probably told you, hey, go do a stunt, do a lark, do a hoax to my mother. Oh, are we gonna really do that? I mean, how stereotypical? I mean, how dumb is this? Hands out straight. Yeah, that's really frightening. You know. Oh, I'm afraid. Come on. I don't know what that means, Xena says. But if you're trying to pull some type of, oh, you farted in my face. Well, guess what? Xena said. 2 can play that game. I can pass win too, you know. Oh! See, I told you 2 can play that game. Let it be known that I, Xena Warrior Princess, Xena Pappas, Xena Amphipolis, ran Bigfoot, Sasquatch off with my fart. Yeah, you're right. It is based it off of the Patterson movie, you know, of what he filmed that day. You know. So you're right. The figure is based it off of that. So yeah, it is based it off of the name known Bigfoot film that was, you know. But it is what it is at that point. So, Gabrielle, did you actually think that that you were going to get Bigfoot or Sasquatch or Yeti, whatever you want to call them? Do you actually think that you were going to do something? Mm-hmm. Well, Mom, good for you. Yeah, well, Gabrielle, you actually thought the Bigfoot stunt was going to work. You thought the Sasquatch stunt was gonna work. Why do you want to try to do the same stunt, the same lark, the same hoax on me that I did to you? Oh, well, 2 could play at that game. And you know, Gabrielle, every time I sign on, every time I okay you to hire new wrestlers, you always do that. Well, what did we get? Oh, Jason Jordan, Bigfoot, Michael Cole. That was funny because when Michael Cole came on, everybody just ran. Oh, well, it's not his fault. Okay. It's not his fault they all ran off like that. You know, it is what it is at that point. My God, your God's sister Jordan saw him once or twice. Yeah, well, I guess it's common, right? Sure it is. But it is what it is at that point. You only got 2 followers on there. Well, Mom, I'm most likely going to try to get you back. Again, come on, Gabrielle. Really? You're going to try to get him? You're going to get me back again? Okay, I get it. You're a primate. Okay, maybe not a gorilla or an ape or orangutan or a chimpanzee or a monkey or a bamboo, but I get it. Sasquatch is technically in that group. So unless your comeback is throwing shit at me, I hardly doubt that. Are we going to do this again? Are we going to do this shit again? Come on. And after all these years, after multiple likenesses, and knowing ship still doesn't say you're alive, but it is what it is. You're going to try this shit to me again. Putting your hands up like Ukrainian Frankenstein. I mean, that's really going to scare me. It said, when is Xena bedtime? Bigfoot is... Yeah, well, you're true. Xena says, he happens to be... Sasquatches tend to be all over United States and Canada. But most likely most of the sightings tend to be and the Pacific Northwest. Yes, the part where California, Nevada, and Arizona, and New Mexico is all that. All those commonwealths that I guess you could claim Texas is also a part of that too if you wanted to. When is my bedtime, Xena said? 10 o'clock. But if I'm living in the Pacific time zone, there would only be 4 right now, and Eastern would be 8. Okay, you gonna do something to me? Or you gonna throw your shit at me like most primates do? Aw, you son of a bitch. You wanna bloody throw shit at me? And you're supposed to be more smarter than all those other ones. Oh, I don't know how smarter you are than the ape or the gorilla, the orangutan, the chimpanzee, the bamboo, and the monkey when you're throwing this shit. Get out of here. Yeah. So it is what it is. So yeah, I did tried to find, I guess, documentaries, but not really a lot of good. I mean, there were some of them, but though I did watch one of them on Bigfoot and one on the Yeti, of course. No, I don't even know what you'd ask me that, but no, I never dated a Sasquatch or a Yeti or anything like that. You know, it is what it is. And I have tried for many centuries, I have tried for years to seek out it, and no one believes me any more than anybody else. Yeah, I know, there's a lot of other documentaries out there, but then there was like some of them that really good ones, and yeah, I know there's In Search Of, and then there's also, you know, that's where I came across those ones. But it is what it is at that point. Oh, it probably explains a lot. So you want to try to do... So, Gabrielle, I guess you're pretty much done. You and your friend, the Sasquatch, going to stop doing shit? You going to stop onlooking me? Yeah, I'm going to stop onlooking you. Oh. Do you think the moon landing was true or was it a hoax? Oh, why don't you answer the question then? Why don't you answer it? Oh, Gabrielle, I think a lot of men and women think makes it real, thought it was true, and some think it was a hoax. And I think the ones that think it was a hoax, most likely they think it's a hoax because they don't believe we were able to make it happen. That God made it work. That we put everything together and did all that, and God made it all work. So they just didn't want to believe that was something we did. You know, for some reason, they just think that it was something you couldn't. For some reason, they just look at it and they think it's a hoax, a stunt, and a lark. So funny about that, huh? And to think about it, too, Xena said, they didn't just have one trip to the moon. They did multiple trips. So it is what it is. You know, I mean, we were able to, everything worked out right. I think it was untrue. Well, of course. Yeah, there had to be I don't know. Of course, there had to be someone overseeing how everything was going. It is what it is at that point. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what some of these men and women were expecting when they saw the moon landing. I don't know what they were expecting, but whatever. There's like men and women out there to think every single thing is a hoax, a lark, and a stunt. You know, even when, you know, it's proved that it happened, they just think whatever they think it is. Kind of messed up. But just the way they think it is. But I don't know. I think it's true. I mean, And if it was some type of stunt, hoax, or lark, it must have been a really good one. That somehow the United States federal government was able to do. But I actually think it actually did happen. It's just some men and women out there just didn't, for some reason they're just going to be haters out there. Just hated the idea that, it all worked out. That all the things went the way they went and God allowed it to work. So there's just some out there think, oh, well, it was too good. It was just too good. Well, I'm not saying it wasn't flawless. I mean, there were things that certain things went wrong, certain things went right. Like, it's just some men and women out there just think everything is a hoax, stunt, and lark. I don't know why. It just is what it is. I mean, oh, well, there were the September 11th terrorist war. And, I guess there are going to be some dummies out there that will think that's a hoax, that's a lark, that's a stunt too. And then there's the Titanic sinking and the Hindenburg burning. And I guess some dummies out there think that was another good hoax, lark, and stunt as well. So it is what it is. Yeah, everything's a bloody inside job according to these men and women. The Alexander Jones of the world, everything's the inside job. According to them, they have no proof, but according to them, everything's an inside job. So it is what it is at that point. Well, they have no proof to say that it's true, that it's an inside job, but they claim it's an inside job. That's Diet Coke. That's what you're drinking. Yep. I better. Well, better go turn on the light. All right, that's on now. I can't drink beer right now. I'm pregnant. So that's not going to happen. But for all these men and women out there who believe everything's a stunt, a lark, a hoax, yeah, well, you got some more stunt, larks, and hoaxes. Everything's inside job. They have no proof, but according to them, everything's inside job. Yeah, and this is pretty much what their proof belongs to. Nothing. They have this win, they fought their cake, but no proof to actually make it true. It's like, okay, God made the earth round. There's proof for that. And it's like, okay, or, for example, God makes the earth go around the sun. Okay, proof for that. But when it comes to certain, then it's like, but with these men and women, they'd say, well, it's the inside job, they would say again. Yeah, I know. There's dummies out there that think every evil thing is a hoax, stunt, and lark. They think that Lucifer makes men and women do evil stunts and larks. For what points? Who knows? Yeah, according to them, that's all it is. It's evil stunts and larks all the time. Yeah, if you talk to some men and women, they'll say, well, the September 11th war was nothing more than just having an excuse to start war. Oh, yeah. According to the warmongers out there, that's all they needed was just that. How damn convenient. According to some of these warmongers out there. And, well, and the Titanic sinking was just to get insurance, but they screwed up badly. And they switched the Olympic with the Titanic. I know. And of course, we all know about the Hindenburg. These idiots, according to these dummies, oh, the European Germans burned up their own blimp just so they could have an excuse to start World War, just so they could have an excuse just so they can what? They actually use airships to show how good they were. So why would they destroy their own airships? So they could blame it on their foes, have more reason to go to war? I don't know. And as far as the moon landing being hoax, oh, why would someone want to hoax that for? Oh, I don't know. It makes no sense to me. Yeah, I know. A lot of men and women out there still believe that the earth is flat when God made the earth round. Of course, we did. Of course, that's right. Because anyone who goes into space, anyone who's ever flying in the air, of course, they see everything's around. But these men and women, they're just whatever they're gonna believe. So whenever it is at that point. And trust me, there's a lot of men and women out there that think shit about me as well. Put me up there in a lot of their beliefs too. Here are these weird guild and a bounty. Ugh. Of course they do. They're like, well, I'll never ever be able to go into nothing and see the earth round. I'll never be able to go in the sky and see the earth round. So that's what they do. Since they can't go on an airplane, they can't go on a skycraft, and they can't go on a spacecraft or whatever you want to call it, to actually prove the earth is round or at least oval shaped. And according to them, it's like, well, we won't be able to see that shit, so we're going to say it ain't true. It is what it is. Now I don't really know where else I'm going at. Yeah, there's always just going to be men and women out there just don't want to believe something, for whatever reason, whatever goal in whatever wind fodder take in their head, they just don't want to believe it. I don't know. It sounds like Alexander Jones talk again. He's probably the one that comes on and talks about all that inside job stuff all the time. How there's foes and they're working, opposing everyone, but no one knows who the foes are. The foes did this, the foes did that. But so funny about how, but they have no thought, win, or take on any of that. But it's all the stuff he would say. No, I don't. I never seen that movie, and I never seen that movie or Foreseer show. Oh, somebody else probably has to come on now. It is what it is at that point. No, I never seen that movie or Foreseer show. Well, Xena, good to see you. Wow, Kurt Angle, how is everything? Everything's all right. Ever since you and Hunter Helmsley and Ernest Pure named me general manager, everything's been good. Well, that's good, Kurt. I'm glad everything's working out for you. Good to it too. Now I know you've had many general managers in the past. Like Pee Wee Herman, Rita Repulsa, Luke Guy, Diva Talks, Aladdin, Jeff Jarrett, Eric Bischoff, Theodore Long, Daniel Bryan, Jim, yourself, Sailor Moon. But I think I could do a good job. You are. When we had to think about who to name as new general manager, me and Hunter S. Helmsley or Triple H and Gabrielle, and we to sit down and think this through. And we think we made a good job. Well, I think I'll do a good job. And you know, it's true. It's true. By the way, I'm just curious, why did my new figure come? Why did my 21st general manager of Raw Fit doll come with a weird gill and a bounty? I don't know. I guess I'm just be happy that Mattel actually makes accessories again. I don't know. I guess so. Yep, it is what it is. I don't know. All right, I guess I'll see you around. Yep, it is. You know. Yeah. And I want to say, once again, thank you for buying those dolls for Dwayne off of eBay. I know they were expensive. I know that they were, I know they were expensive. And thank you for buying them and, mailing them out and stuff. That was nice of you doing that. And I know some men and women out there are going to claim, oh, well, it was e-begging, it was this, is that. Well, it wasn't. Oh, I got to take a shit, Xena says. I'll be back. Can't really stop a YouTube. Well, I guess you can stop a YouTube live stream, but this ends the movie. I'm back. Yeah, well, it is kind of, the whole thing is, the one thing I disagree with, the one thing is that, it's a whole bidding thing. And if you can buy something outright, if you can buy it without having to go through an auction, then that's a good thing. If you got to go through some type of auction, then it's going to you may or may not win. So if you can buy it outright without going through auction, it's good. And that was the case with Diva Talks and Ernest P. Worrell and Pee Wee Herman and Stephen Urkel and Beetlejuice, and with Kurt Angle and Jason Jordan and Michael Cole and Bigfoot, I imagine. Yeah, I had to take a shit, XENA says. I had to. That's why I leave and turn off the light. You can't really undo a YouTube live stream. I mean, the only thing you can do is like hit stop, but it just ends the movie. Yeah, they all did. And luckily, there are no options. But the first thing we ever bought from eBay, and this was like, well, actually no, actually Ernest P. Worrell, Pee Wee Herman, and Beetlejuice they came from you. The first one I ever bought was Divatox, and that was ourselves. And then later on, came Jason Jordan, Kurt Angle, Michael Cole, and Bigfoot. And I imagine they all probably came in different order. Yeah. It is. It is what it is at that point. So what else do you? Oh, I got to turn around. Want to see the shock room again? Yeah. So why did you and Hunter Hearst Helmsley, Gabrielle Tour, and other people involved want to make me general manager? Why did we and the executive committee and all of us want to make you that? Because you had all the things, Kurt. I mean, granted, Pee Wee Herman and and Aladdin and Luke Guy and Rudder Repulsa and Divatox and Theodore Long and Eric Bischoff and Daniel Bryan, Jeff Jarrett and Jim and Sailor Moon were all good, and myself. But we felt that you could do a good job. So that's why we had to do what we had to do. And that's the reason why it was me, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, Gabrielle, Ernest P. Worrell, and why Theodore Long and Jeff Jarrett, we all decided you should be the best one for the job. And I've always been the best one for the job. Hey, XENA, do you remember back in the day when me and Aries had this fight, and it started after the evasion angle was over, and I beat Ted DiBiase, and then I gave him an Olympic slam. Yeah, and you Olympic slammed Aries, and he tried to come after you. And you beat him up one time, and you spilled milk on him. I did that once, too. And I remember how you won the television championship, and Aries made himself the referee when he was the evil commissioner. And then he makes you lose your television championship right back to Mechagodzilla. Yeah, well, I finally got his. We started feuding from June of 2002 and until August of 2000 until September 2002 AD, of course, when I finally beat him in that King of the Ring. Yeah, I remember all that, Kurt. Of all the things you did to Aries back then, I think it was funny when you attacked him and you spilt milk on him. Well, yeah, I'm supposed to be making fun of the time I spilled milk on all the WCW, ECW Alliance followers. You're right. Supposed to be like that. I think you did a good job that day. Yes, I did. In case, yeah. Mom, now you're talking about old TWS stuff that was, on VHS and DVD and stuff. Well, no, Gabrielle, when it first started, it was on cassette for a long time. Then it moved to VHS with the Typeco video camera recorder. And then it was cassette again. Then it was a Sony likeness taker, the JVC Sony taker. And went from VHS to DVD, and there are a bunch of hit and runs that finally went on YouTube. So what they see is only from 12. They only see on YouTube what they see going back to that. But it's been around for about 13 years. Been around for about, 25 years. Toy Wrestling Federation been around for about 25 years, on and off, cassette, VHS, DVD, and finally YouTube. Yeah, WWE Tough Enough. I don't know if that's going to come back again or not. To tell you the truth, I don't know if it is or not. But it used to be first it was on UPN. Well, I know it was first on MTV, then on TNN, and then on USA for a while when it was going on. I don't know if it's going to come back or not. See, I remember that show. I don't know if they're gonna do it or or not. Gabrielle said, "Why were you even talking about WWF, WWE Tough Enough?" Yeah, I don't know why. This one of the followers mentioned it. Well, Mom, do you remember something that happened a long time ago to you? Oh, why not? Why not, Gabrielle? You want to talk about some stuff that happened to me? Let's talk about some of the stuff that happened to me. I don't know. I know that Michael Mazzinian and Maurice Mazzinian are our neighbors, but I didn't watch it. My husband Gabe watched it, and he says, "Well, Xena, you really should watch my show," he says. "It's a really good one." I was like, "Yeah." Xena said, "I guess it'll be really good. I guess I'll have to see." Yeah, I'm not kidding you, Xena said. We do live right back next to one another. We live in the same area of Los Angeles, California, United States, though. But I don't know. My husband Gabe watched the show, and he thought it was good. He said if I should have a show. It should be called Xena Knows Best or something. No, Xena Knows Good. There's only too many shows out there got that. I don't know. But if I had a 4-seer show like that, it'd be a mixture between the Todd Chrissy Knows Best, and a mixture between the Ms. and Mrs. show. It'd be all kind of all over the place. I don't know. It would be like, I don't know. Yeah, Xena says, I live in Los Angeles, California, United States. We live in this close to one another. So he either mentioned it. I wouldn't say it was true or not, but it is what it is, Xena says. I don't make such a big deal out of it. Yeah, and sometime next week, Hercules has to fight The Miz for the TWF Heavyweight Championship, and Buffy Summers has to fight Sensei Nakamura next week for the World Heavyweight Championship. So it is what it is at that point. And I gotta start thinking about how we're gonna do SummerSlam this year. By the way, me and Gabrielle and Jordan and Gabe, we're going to go to TakeOver and SummerSlam this year. Like we did for TakeOver and Wrestling. We're going for TakeOver and SummerSlam this year. So that means we probably got to leave on the 17th so I can book the hotel and get all the stuff for TakeOver and SummerSlam. Since Kuska Capital Group and World Wrestling Entertainment have this working relationship. Actually, no. But Michael Mazzini and Maurice Mazzini are our neighbors, and to our understanding, are really nice. He said that, him and Gabe knew each other for a long time. Gabe said that he'd already lived in a house long before they moved into it. To the other house. They're right beside each other. So you ever notice little talks used to happen on Home Improvement? Well, it's kind of like that. Only that's usually how they go. Like, he was the one that when It is what it is, XENA says. Nah, XENA, no, me, Gabrielle, Jordan, and Gabe, we're going to take over in SummerSlam, like we always do. Well, I thought somebody was going to start watching IW or Impact Wrestling. Well, then why were you talking about earlier then? What we talked about so far in this YouTube live stream was at first Gabrielle was on multiple times. Bigfoot was on many times. I had Kurt Angle on. We talked about was the moon landing a hoax, a stunt, or a lark, or did it really happen? Talked about Michael Mazzinian being my neighbor, XENA says, and stuff like that. I guess if he's a living being and he wouldn't be a man or a woman, I guess he would shit in the woods, I would assume. Like all other living beings do if they're not men or women. That's my guess. I really don't know. I would assume he probably does. Like other apes, gorillas, bamboos, orangutans, and monkeys. So, unless somebody can find some proof out there that he wipes his butt, that he doesn't, or he or she doesn't. It would depend. It would depend if there was one around. But chances are, since he's a living being, but not a man or woman, he would probably do what most living beings do, unless you teach them where to go. You know, I have a horse named Yargo, and then we got a dog named Horse. Then Jordan has her dog named Doggy, or cat named Cat. A bird named Crackerjack, a fish named Fishy, a snake named Snakey, some turtle named Gamera. I'm not making that one up. You know? And apparently, I got a bat named Bat. I got some bat named Batra. I'm not making that one up. I got a bat too. And yes, I have been vaccinated from rabies. I've been trained how to handle floor mouses or flying foxes. And there are actually many different variations of bats. There are the big ones, and then there are the small ones. Now, the big ones look more like foxes or like mice or rats, and the small ones are like whatever it is. Oh, are you talking about on Friday the 13th, Part 5, The New Beginning, where a demon goes to use the outhouse, and then he goes, ah! And I paused it at that point because I had to go do something that conveniently happened at that one scene. I don't know what that, yeah. I gotta find now I gotta find someone else to come on this live stream. Well, this time I'm not gonna. Well, Xena, guess what? I'm on a YouTube live stream. Yeah, and you got a microphone to my face. You got the talking stick. You know. So your hair's a mess. Yeah. Point is, Xena, last time I was on here and all your followers ran off. Well, you didn't do anything to run them off. You don't mind me having a microphone at your face. Well, that's pretty much what it is. I'm pretty much used to it, Xena says. Ever since I got wedlocked to Gabe and I'm wealthy and I'm name known, I'm used to talking sticks put in my face all the time. So why would you know? Plus, Xena says you were the hardest figure to find. You see, you're hard to figure to find. Yeah, I was. And you were. Now, we were going to do this thing. I don't know exactly when it was. But who do you think would win? Between who? I don't know. I mean, I'm doing Monday Night Raw with Jonathan Coachman and Corey Graves. Girl Monsoon's doing SmackDown Live with Xander Harris and Corey Graves. Gene Okerlund's doing NXT with, I don't know, Trini Kwan and Corey Graves. Jim Ross is doing, Impact with Autolycus and the Jackal. Joey Styles is doing main event with, I don't know, Taylor Arrogant and the Jackal. And then, Explosion, what's that? Jonathan Coachman and Flat 4 and the Jackal, I guess. I'm not really sure at that point. And what? Eric Bischoff, Renee Young, and Corey Graves 205? Yes, pretty much. Well, who do you like being interviewed by more than most? Would it be me? Or would it be Joey Styles? Or Gene Okerlund? Or Jim Ross? Or Girl Monsoon? Or John Coach or Renee Young? I guess being done by you. You know what? So you know what? It is what it is at that point. Oh boy. You mean be like Nye? You know what? I always want to I always had onlook. For all the announcers you got, first off, Xena said, first off, there was Joey Styles. We got him in 2007 AD from what was it? Walmart. And then Gene Okerlund came from Amazon, classic Jack Pacifics. Jim Ross, that was 2008 AD, of course. Jim Ross and Girl Monsoon came from Ringside Collectibles, 2010 AD, of course. And Jonathan Coachman came from Raleigh's Flea Market in 2010 AD, of course. Renee Young came from Big Lots in 2016 AD, of course. And I came from Amazon. Yeah, you did. You came from eBay. Why do so many men and women don't like me? I don't know. Some men and women think it's I don't know. It can't be I don't know why some don't like me. But I gotta be going now. All right. I don't know. I don't know why so many people. I don't know why so many wrestling fans don't like Michael Cole. I don't know why. Maybe they blame him for taking over for Jim Ross, but I don't know. But when you think of it, I mean, okay, you had Gorilla Monsoon, and he was the lead announcer for many years, and then Jim Ross took over for him, and there was that transition, and everybody had on look for Gorilla Monsoon and Jim Ross. And then it took time for Michael Cole. I guess for some reason, I guess they got so used to Jim Ross, some of them just didn't like the transition, I guess. And it's not Michael Cole's fault. I mean, Vince McMahon and Kevin Dunn said, well, one day I think Vince McMahon and Kevin Dunn said, well, I think it's time for Michael Cole to take over for Jim Ross, okay? Kind of like the back in the day when Vince McMahon and Kevin Dunn said, I think it's time for Jim Ross to take over for Gorilla Monsoon, or whatever the case was. So, it is what it is. So, I don't know. It's not his fault. I think he is a really good announcer. Plus, he did call some wars. He actually was a news reporter. He was involved in some wars in the past and some political presidential campaigns as well. Plus, it was Todd Pettengill who did get him into the WWE. Yeah, Jason Voorhees fight, Well, yeah, I guess you can make the argument that it was Gorilla Monsoon, and then Vince McMahon, and then eventually then Jim Ross took over for Vince McMahon, and then it was Michael Cole. So yeah, it was Gorilla Monsoon from 1982 80 to 1993 80, and then Vince McMahon from 1993 80 to 1997 80, and then Jim Ross from 1997 80 to 2008 80. And then Michael Cole in 2080 to present. But I guess it is what it is. Plus, I have an idea that Vince McMahon most likely, but whatever the point is. So you're right about that. But the point is, nobody really, no one really had that hatred for someone like that. Like, like when I was trying to say that transition thing was going on, and nobody really, it is what it is. I don't know. Plus, when Michael Cole was being heel, and he wasn't there was many heel announcers. I mean, you had Alfred Hayes ran heel for a while. Jim Ross was heel twice. So was Harold Finkel, Jeremy Boraz. You can make an argument for Tony Schiavone and Jonathan Coachman and Joey Styles and Lena Yada and then Don West and then then Michael Cole, and then Baron Saxton and Josh Matthews. For all of them being heel, of course. But I think Michael Cole, when he was a heel, they played off the fact that a lot of men and women didn't like him for whatever sundrous reason, so they went heel with it. And regardless of what some actually believe, he actually is a really good man, and actually a lot of people actually do like him. This hate that he gets, I don't really understand it. I mean, is he a flawless announcer? No. But then there is no such thing as a flawless announcer. But I guess just some men and women just didn't like the idea that, some men and women just didn't like the idea that Jim Ross was going to be stepping down and Michael Cole was going to be taking over. I guess they didn't like that, for whatever point it was. I don't know why. It is what it is. Plus, You Are Dare 2, it's just like You Are Dare 1. Only Michael Cole's he's doing what Nigel did. Only they're like, you're back in Egypt, you're back in Kemet, you got the talisman of fate. Are you here to kill the African Egyptian gods like you killed the European Hellenic gods? Like you try to kill the European Norwegian gods, and you're going to do that. So then he goes around and interviews kin, friends, and foes, and finds out that he was wrong about his assumption of me. Yeah, he interviews sundrous ones. Hercules, Autolycus, Conan, Matthias, Godzilla, Ares, Lucifer. He gets, Luke guy. Hell, God, Zeus, and Odin also get interviewed too. He talks about many other foes. Other foes, gets into it. Other men didn't like me, of course. Other friends, of course. Other foes. I just like diet, you know. It is what it is. You know. Plus, they told me I can't have. Plus, they told me that it is what it is at that point. And then there's also no. Then also, you know, what is it? Then interviews. Also, yeah, Raw gets brought up because he's the one that thinks, I want to do all this shit. Many other foes are brought into it, like Pierre Gaulet is brought into it. Draco is brought into as far as interviews go. But it is what it is at that point. It turns out I was really wrong about it. Well, yeah, I'm trying to. Well, I am pregnant, XENA says. I do work out all the time. No, I'm not worried about no sexual transmitted disease. You know, I'm not worried about that. Yeah. And you know the two, you know the three that should have worked together but never got a chance to work together. I mean, Jim Ross and Mike Today, they never did get a chance to work with each other. It would have been fun to see those three. I mean, it would have been funny to see Tony Schiavone, Jim Ross, and Mike Today. That would have been funny. I mean, yeah. But then again, Sean Mooney, Todd Pettengill, and Kevin Kelly working together would have been good too. But they never got a chance to. So they never got a chance to. Oh, I heard story. So you're telling me that apparently they're going to try to do a reboot of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and Buffy's going to be black. XENA said that's like them talking about my reboot and everything that happened never happened. Things just went wrong. So, but that's gonna piss me off now. XENA says it's like, oh, my show can't get rebooted, but that show can. Well, at least put it this way, Gabrielle said, Buckets the Valkyrie Slayer. Yeah, I know. It is what it is. Yeah, just like they were, well, that must be one of the Walt Disney Company's projects, since the Walt Disney Company's trying to buy 20th Century Fox from News Corporation. And if they buy it, then they're going to get Fox Sports and the Fox Movie Channel and FX and all the divisions and subsidiaries, including Mutant Enemy Productions. So that must be something they're trying to do. Next year, if Comcast puts up their half to buy it, it's going to be, a co-subsidiary owned between Comcast and Disney, obviously. That's if whatever the agreement is. And apparently they asked me and Gabe if we would also invest in helping Disney and Comcast buy 20th Century Fox for News Corporation, but I don't know. Plus they already did that. I had a very busy effing day already. I'd have free trips already. Mom, what are your free trips? Well, I had to go to Nepal and India. I want to go to Nepal and India. Yeah, well, Gabrielle, wasn't all fun. I always got to go meet heads of state and heads of government, so it's not all fun every time I go there. Well, you went to Italy today, right? Yeah. And then I had to come home. I had to work at the food bank for a while. Then I had to go to India and Nepal, so it wasn't all done me. Yeah, I am wealthy. I married my husband, Gabe Koska. We own Koska Capital Group. So I am wealthy. You know. But I do give, and I do good. I try to help others. And I do all this good just to prove that the wealth has not changed me at all. Plus, I also gave to orphanage today, too. Actually, I like both. Well, I tell the truth, Mom. What's the truth, Gabrielle? What is it? You know Philip and Abigail are. Yeah, I know they're shift over, and I know Phoebes and Elizabeth are coming on. You mean Peas and Elizabeth? Yeah, I know they're coming on too. So it is what it is. Well, here's everything that I am. No, this is everything Mom is. A wrestler, a show player, an activist, a celebritist, a humanitarian, an investor, an expeditador. I can't say that word right. Then it's also, a Mughal. She's also a model and teacher. Well, don't forget about a peacekeeper. A lot. I want to say a good keeper, though. Yep, I do. I do help out a lot at the Boys and Girls Club of America. I do grant wishes for the Make-A-Wish Foundation when I can. I also donate to a lot of charities like the Salvation Army Superstar Nation Center and Goodwill Industries. Well, what else do I also do? Yeah. I don't do that, Xena said. I gave that up. I no longer engage in that kind of show playing anymore. I had to get rid of all my VHS and DVDs and all my books. My personal assistant, or whatever it's called, told me once that I can't do it. Told me that it happened to Hulk Hogan, it'll happen to me, so I had to get rid of that. My plebiscite told me that. My personal assistant told me that. What do they call those managers, personal assistant? What do they call them? Plebiscite? I don't know. It's publishers. They call them. I don't know what you call them. I don't do that anymore. And what's that word for somebody who gets involved in businesses? Expeditor. I can't say that word right. Never going to say that word right. Never say that European Italic French borrowed word right. Expeditor. Has an E in it, so I can't say it right. Entrepreneur. I can't say it right. I guess it's like a entrepreneur. Entrepreneur. That would be the word. Entrepreneur. That would be it. Oh, let's not forget about Wrestling Show Boss. Yeah, let's not forget about wrestling show boss. I'm making that another term for that actually is. Since the word promoter is a European Italic French borrowed word, it would be show boss. Or I guess you could say wrestling business owner, but that would imply it. Yeah, and a lot of men and women don't like me that much, especially in the wrestling business. Once they found out, oh, XENA, you basically learned from Vince McMahon and Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Oh no. Yeah, well that's right. You were supposed to be. Oh no. Yeah, well, you know what? I've only been running wrestling since last year? And Billy Corgan's only been involved in wrestling for some time too. So it is what it is at that point. Everybody says like that's bad or something. Actually, I have actually been friends with Donald Trump for some time. I've actually always go to meet with him from time to time. We discuss things. I actually had to save him once. You see, this was way back when he was running for president. Wolfman and Hart had to kidnap Donald Trump to help Aries out so he wouldn't win the election. I had to go, and me and Angel and Gabrielle had to go and save him. And one time we had to stop the assassination attempt from happening too. So yeah, I know it's going to upset a lot of men and women that, that I'm his friend. And I know he's like on the top hate list for some reason. A lot of men and women hate him for sundry reasons. Some, because he's a businessman and he didn't come from he wasn't an alderman. He was a businessman or something. And others don't like him. They just don't like him for whatever sundry reasons, But I think he's doing all right. I've gone to see him from time to time, I mean, one day I probably might have to meet him again, but it is what it is. But we all know one thing, XENA said. I also one time I actually got knighted. Call me Lady XENA Pappas or Dane XENA Pappas. But it's not a big deal. I got, Queen Elizabeth Register II gave it to me for all my good deeds I did. But it's not really like a big deal. I don't usually make a big deal out of it. Well, looks like everybody's leaving now. Looks like I got 2 on there, but you just don't know at that point. Sad for that burp. And I really do think that Lucille Lawless needs to be in WWE. Okay? She needs to be in WWE. I mean, okay. I mean, look. I mean, we had Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris was in WWE at one point. So was Arnold Schwarzenegger. So I think she should do it too. And hell, even William Shatner was at one point as well. And so is Drew Carey. So she could do it too. Plus they can kind of book it the way Arnold Schwarzenegger was on WWE, what he did on SmackDown. Pretty much what Schwarzenegger did and what William Shatner did and what Drew Carey did, they could pretty much do that for Lucy Lawless too. Yep. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Brooke gets beat down. Samoa Joe gets beat down. And next thing you know, you hear someone saying, oh yeah, Lucille Lawless, you beat me up. Good for you, show player. But I'll make that beating you. I'll make all those beatings you took on Xena Warrior Princess and Spartacus and Ash vs. Evil Dead look like child's play. If you get in my way again. Because Hunter Hearst Helmsley said, Arnold Schwarzenegger, you get in my way again, I'll make the beating you got in Last Action Hero look like child's play, he claimed. Well, it looks like I gotta go now. It's getting late. It's about 9 o'clock. I only want to do this that long. So I want to thank everybody for coming on my YouTube live stream. And I'm Xena Papit, Xena Warrior Princess, Xena Infant Bliss. And I'll see you all later. Mom, are you going to really end it now? Yes, we are, Gabrielle. It's getting late. But it's only 4. Yeah, it might be 4 in Pacific now, but that's the eve. I don't care what time it is. Oh, it's only 4, and it's actually 9 that'll be actually 5. I'm going to sleep. I don't care. I don't care if it's 9 in Eastern and it's 5 in Pacific. I'm going to sleep. Thank you. Good night. Yeah, Gabrielle, brush your teeth. I do brush my teeth, Mom. Yeah, I do brush my teeth, Mom. Yeah, one of ours says brush your teeth.